conspiracy theories about the EVM being tampered or hacked. Now again in this case, the story was found to be erroneous. But all of these fake stories end up reaching lakhs of people in India and shaping their opinions. The clarification, unfortunately, in such cases reaches very few. And if this wasn't enough, Elon Musk, globally recognized as a tech giant, waded into the EVM debate. The Tesla CEO called for electronic voting machines to be scrapped, claiming they can be hacked. Now, Musk's remark gave further ammunition to the opposition in India, and the India bloc was once again questioning the reliability of EVMs. The BJP, on its part, has hit back at the opposition for spreading false narratives and stories and demanding an apology from them. Despite the poll body issuing a clarification and the publication withdrawing its report, the one specifically from Maharashtra, was it right for the opposition to amplify these questions that have been repeatedly rejected on the EVM? Have the recent results, if nothing else, not proved sufficiently that the system is not corrupt? Or is it that the opposition just fundamentally doesn't want to give up the EVM attack? If so, the question arises, why? Why is it that they're so keen for the system to be scrapped and possibly go back to what was the ballot paper era? Is the opposition vilifying India's democratic process again and again and creating fear and paranoia? We take that question to our guests in just a bit. Let's break down what this unlocking controversy in Maharashtra is all about, or the story that wasn't actually, because it has since been rescinded and declared to be false news. So what was the allegation to begin with? The allegation was that there is this winning candidate. First of all, this row erupted after a newspaper published a report that relative of Ravindra Vaikar, who is the winning Shiv Sena candidate from Mumbai Northwest constituency, he was allegedly found using a mobile phone, quote-unquote, connected to the EVM during the counting of votes. At the same time, there is a data operator or the data entry operator whose phone was found with an unauthorized person. Now, this should actually ideally have raised more eyebrows, and we will tell you exactly why. But then FIR was registered, and both these individuals, Vaikar's brother-in-law Mangesh Pandikar and the data entry operator Gurav, were booked. Both have been booked under Section 188 of the IPC for using mobile phones inside counting centers and related offences. Basically, offences related to equipment and instruments, etc. So, what is it that the political fallout of this story is? So, while the Election Commission has rejected this whole phone being connected to the EVM and an OTP being used to unlock an EVM during counting, this entire theory, the opposition pounced on it, as I mentioned. Remember, Vaikar won by just 48 votes, so that also fueled the speculations of this close result. And they have demanded that CCTV footage of the counting day be released. Now, if it was just that, it wouldn't be a problem. But of course, larger questions on the EVM have been raised all over again. Chief Minister in Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde himself came out to reject the opposition's charges, accusing them of spreading fake news. Now, it is important to appreciate the difference or the different facets related to EVMs. They are being mixed together with half knowledge and leading to speculations and fake news. By the way, as I said, the newspaper concerned itself clarified that the phone being connected to EVM part was absolutely incorrect. But what is the system exactly? There is an OTP that is generated by an assistant returning officer during counting. This is to open the Encore or the Encore application system of the EC, which is an end-to-end application for returning officers to digitize votes polled, tabulate the data round-wise and generate various statutory reports during counting. So an OTP is used by returning officers, but that has nothing to do with EVMs, which are independent instruments. They have no wireless capabilities. This has been established repeatedly, and they cannot be connected to any outside device like phones, and they certainly do not need any OTPs to be unlocked or otherwise. Now, this controversy played out even as Elon Musk of Starlink and Tesla fame waded into the EVM debate and fanned concerns in India even more. So while he claimed that EVMs should be eliminated, former MOS of Information Tech Rajiv Chandrasekhar came out to respond on X, which is now Elon Musk's platform, to respond that in India, EVMs are absolutely safe and secure. Now, Musk believes that EVMs can be hacked by humans or AI in the future. Rajiv retorted that a calculator or a toaster cannot be hacked, and he would be happy to give Musk a tutorial as far as the Indian EVM's reliability is concerned. That leads us to our big debate today. Is the opposition indulging predominantly in fear-mongering and paranoia, debasing or undermining the faith that the public has in the Indian electoral system? That's coming up with our guests.
ईवीएम पे कोई ओटीपी नहीं आता है, ईवीएम का ओटीपी होता ही नहीं है, ईवीएम स्टैंड अलोन है।
अगर इसका संज्ञान इलेक्शन कमीशन नहीं लेता है तो इलेक्शन कमीशन की खुद की भूमिका पे बहुत गंभीर सवाल उठेंगे।
EVM in India is a very secure machine because A, it is completely isolated from any connectivity. B, the individual machine in hundreds and thousands of numbers are kept under strict physical security.
Let's go across to our guest joining us, Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, Pooja Tripathi from the Congress Party joining us. Also with me is Sushil Vyas, national spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, which is of course the Eknath Shinde faction, and Kishore Tiwari, spokesperson of the Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena, is also with us. Let me go across to Pooja Tripathi first. Pooja, you know, this is just turning out to be such an illiterate attack on the EVMs. Again and again, the opposition jumps at any kind of unverified video online or some sort of an unverified claim by somebody and just tries to project that the EVMs can be hacked. This has been proven beyond doubt repeatedly that the EVMs cannot be hacked. I'm not sure why the opposition wants to come across as some sort of a conspiracy theorist camp by repeatedly suggesting this.
Shivani, there has been some inadequacies, some loopholes, and some procedural, flaws in the whole episode that was aired. The OTP didn't go to phone number. The newspaper has retracted. Fair enough. Why did it took 10 days to file an FIR? Why was the phone of an authorized person who is responsible for punching the data in ENCORE with an unauthorized person that is relative of a candidate? Why is nobody talking about this developmental fault? And remember, it's just matter of 48 votes. And then, Rule 93 of Election Conduct of Rules 1961 says that every information should be in public domain. So why the CCTV footage is not being handed over to police and not to the candidate himself? Three fundamental questions we ask. The EVM OTP story is retracted, we accept that.
Yes.
When we see the black box, there are many inadequacies concerned with EVM that Election Commission needs
like
to...
What?
Correct.
Like what? No, once again, forget the phone part. I myself accepted that the fact that a data entry operator's phone was found with somebody else is actually the more concerning part of it, right? But
Exactly.
that's related to humans and that's not related to EVMs at all. That's related to a separate database and system. Explain to me, what are these inadequacies about EVMs that the opposition keeps harping on?
So Shivani, Election Commission of India is not only responsible for free and fair, it's also responsible for the election being robust and transparent. And we are talking about EVM machines here. So
Yes.
There's an RTI report in 2018 which says 19 lakh, 9 lakh provided by Bharat Electronical Limited and 10 lakh by Electric Commission of India, ECI, is missing from the public view. 19 lakh EVMs are missing. And when Election Commission brings out data in UP alone, in the 80 constituencies of UP, there's a difference of 48 lakh between the number of votes polled and the number of votes counted. When this was put forward to the Election Commission repeatedly, they put out an FAQ where they said the technical expert committee is responsible for maintaining the maintaining the foolproofness of the EVM. This technical expert committee, the 4 members are Professor Shalini, Professor Moona, Professor Sharma and Professor Agarwala, inventors of VVPAT himself. So it's like Qatil bhi tumi munsif bhi wahi. And then the next
So
stage
you're
is now-
suggesting, no, I've heard this before. You're basically saying that there is a disparity that several people have pointed out too on the fact that the data that comes out, which is provisional by the way, of how many votes were polled versus the data of how many votes were counted, does not always tally, right? But I don't understand, one second, I still don't understand how the EVMs are hacked. The opposition, to be taken seriously on their concerns, needs to act with some maturity, needs to stop peddling this EVMs can be hacked and you can take your phone and you can generate an OTP. Then maybe we can take the opposition's allegations, serious as they may be, on other facets a little bit more seriously about the system or the operations. But please, for heaven's sake, stop with this EVM thing.
So we are questioning both the operations and the EVMs too. The whole process of EVM. There are 4 independent directors who serve as a director of Bharat Electronic Limited, who is responsible for manufacturing the secret encrypted code of EVMs, and these are the members affiliated to BJP. There has been no answers from Election Commission of India. So we are asking, there is a process to, there is a mechanism to, and we are asking Election Commission to rectify, give us answers on both of it.
Okay, I think the Election Commission has been fairly forthright in answering the questions on whether EVMs can be manipulated, whether they have wireless capabilities, whether they need an OTP, whether they can be hacked. They've done that. On top of that, the Supreme Court has heard bunch of petitions and has again and again reiterated that this is not a charge that stands on any legs. But in any case, I want to give Charu Pragya an opportunity now to respond to what the Congress has been saying, and of course the India faction has been saying on these entire allegations. I mean, the Congress spokesperson has just mentioned that BJP has a connection to those who build the EVMs, and therefore they need, more clarity on why the BJP insists on using EVMs.
Shivani, good evening to you. And it is sad really that even after all this time and even after years and years of discussing EVMs, we are back at discussing it. But let's understand some of the background first. The Indy Non-Alliance was discussing the EVM every single day leading up to the result of the Lok Sabha elections, every single day. In fact, so much so that they were trying to create an anarchy-like situation around it, instigating people into running out of their homes and offices and ensuring eyes are kept on the entire counting process. But what happened on the counting day? This entire conversation died down because the opposition won a decent number of seats and they didn't want to talk about it at all. In the same way that they didn't want to talk about EVMs in the state of Karnataka or in the state of Himachal Pradesh or in any other state like Telangana, which they have won or their allies have done well in. That's the first thing. The second thing is the EVM which is used in the election process in India is not the same EVM which other people are discussing in other parts of the world, and I will tell you why. Our Election Commission in 2018 had organized a hackathon. All these political parties, the opposition parties, were invited to participate in this hackathon. They were told to please come, get their scientists, their techies, their ethical hackers along and see how this works and if it is hackable at all. It wasn't hackable because these people decided not to turn up at all. You know why they didn't turn up? Because they understand that the process by which the EVM machines have been programmed, it is a one-time programmable machine. It is not a machine which is connected to the net in any other way, and it is not a machine which can be tampered with at all. Also, let's understand it is kept under extreme security scrutiny. Every single citizen of this country who owns a smartphone today is essentially working like a reporter. Now, lastly, let's understand one more thing, and this is important. The Election Commission at various stages has responded, giving proof, giving reasons as to why our EVMs are not the kind of machines which can be hacked into. Now, this is, everything is on record. I want to ask the opposition one simple question. What is your plan? Do you not understand that a misconduct on the part of one officer or, a misconduct on the part of one procedure cannot be called hacking of the EVM? If you're so concerned about the democratic process, why did you not speak out against the booth capturing which happened in West Bengal? Why did you not speak out against all the CCTV cameras literally being broken down so Abhishek Banerjee's voting
All right,
could
let's
go
not
on
mix.
one side by
let's
the
not
TMC?
mix that with
Those
this.
are not concerns that you
Charu,
talk with.
very quickly, before I go to our other guests, do you want to respond on the systemic inadequacies or this repeated claim that comes after polls that the number of votes polled and that data that the EC gives out doesn't always match with the number of votes counted? Several candidates have also raised objections on this. Is it not the EC's responsibility to appropriately clarify these doubts?
Absolutely, Shivani, and the EC has been doing that. Now, the last time this was being discussed in the Supreme Court, let me tell you what the Election Commission said. They said getting the data and to collate it from various booths, so many times because of geographical reasons which could be far-flung, it takes a little bit of time. Now, you get this data, you collate it, you put it together and then you put it out. It is a process which could take a little bit of time. But does that mean the data cannot be verified? Absolutely not. Does that mean the EC is not responsible for every single number being released? Absolutely not. And I was talking about the situation in West Bengal because if you're concerned about democracy, you cannot be selectively concerned. Another thing is, it's rich for a country like the United States of America with a total population of only 33 crore to lecture a country like India where we have 140 crore citizens, probably more than that, 140 crore citizens. What is the solution that you're offering? What are you saying?
Okay,
That
I'll come to
every
Elon
single
Musk
poll
in
that
just
is
a bit.
passed
One
is
second, I'll
going
come
to
to
be
Elon
caught.
Musk in just a bit.
And and last thing, Shivani, 10 more seconds.
Yeah.
10 seconds. 10 seconds, Shivani. Let's also remember the time when voting was done by paper ballot and people would just run away with these ballot boxes. Run away. It was jungle Raj, literally.
I think barring some sections of the opposition,
today.
absolutely nobody is looking forward to that era coming back. And the Supreme Court was categorical saying we cannot go back to ballot papers in our country. And this is exactly the question I'm asking.
We're the largest democracy in the world.
What is the larger interest of the opposition today in one, continuing to sound absolutely illiterate in saying that EVMs can be hacked? Secondly, what is their interest in completely throwing the baby out with the bathwater and junking the EVM system and wanting to go back to ballot papers? Actually, I'm more suspicious of that. Why would you want to go back to ballot papers? Let me go across to our representatives from Maharashtra as well. Let me go across to Kishore Tiwari first. Kishore Tiwari, why so much drama around EVMs? You have to trust the system. On one hand, the opposition says they've done so well in these elections. In Maharashtra, the opposition has done very well. And on another note, you are attacking the very system by which you were elected.
Shivani, the issue of Northwest Mumbai, where our candidate was leading and almost declared by 2002.
Looks like I've lost that link with Kishore Tiwari. Okay.
I am coming back.
Yes, go ahead.
The issue was first he was leading with one vote, and afterward, when we were raising the issue, he was the candidate of Eknath Shinde. Was declared by 48 votes and certificate was issued. We are concerned about the digital postal vote, electronically posted postal vote, where the OTP is required. And there is a one demand that raised by the two independent candidates who have filed the FIR and EVM hacking. So we are not talking about the EVM hacking. This whole issue has come up about the digital or electronically voted postal ballots. So,
sir, I am not aware of any digital postal ballots. I think you're talking about postal ballots and they are counted in physical form. The EC has clarified that.
You get updated. What I am talking to you, the FIR has been booked as FIR has been booked against the brother-in-law of the winning candidate and
Yes.
one of the staff who was a data operator. But the 48 votes victory has raised a lot of questions about the
It's
behavior.
not unheard of. I know that the 48 vote difference is the
My
one that is
knowledge-
piquing everybody's interest, but that's not sufficient to declare that there is some problem. Also, the EC has very categorically come out to say that
EC has not given anything. I
paper.
am
No,
talking
sir,
about-
EC has said
Hey,
it. EC has done a press conference.
शिवानी
एक सेकंड, उन्होंने बड़े क्लियरली बोला है, एक सेकंड मैं बोल देती हूँ, उन्होंने बड़ी क्लियरली
शिवानी,
बोला है
मुझे
कि
बोलने
पेपर
दो।
बैलेट्स जो होते हैं, जो आउट स्टेशन पेपर बैलेट्स होते हैं हर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी के, वो फिजिकल फॉर्म में काउंट होते हैं, उनका कोई लेना देना नहीं है ईवीएम से,
एक मिनट,
उनका कोई
शिवानी,
लेना देना नहीं है डिजिटल वोटिंग से।
शिवानी मेरी बात समझ लो तुम। मैं आपको बता रहा हूं कि 111 वोट उनके रिजेक्ट किए गए। अब वो रिजेक्ट करते वक्त चंडीगढ़ कांड हुआ करके वो सीसीटीवी मांग रहा, और जो तुम ईसी का क्लियरिफिकेशन
नहीं,
बोल
can I-
रही हो
can I just
वो
come in?
One
वही
second, sir.
आरोप है, वही आरोप है जिसके अगेंस्ट हमारे एलिगेशन है कि उन पर बहुत प्रेशर था। उन्होंने सीएम के बोलने पर इलेक्शन डिक्लेयर कर दिया एज ए रविंद्र वाइकर की जीत का। ये चीज ऐसी है कि हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जा रहे हैं,
हाँ।
लेकिन आपने जो कहा कि ईवीएम
जाइए।
हैक होता ये होता, तो जब विपक्ष मांग रहा है बैलेट पेपर तो वीवीपैट का काउंटिंग होना चाहिए, ये मांग हमारी रहेंगी। जहां तक बम्बई के नॉर्थ वेस्ट की बात है, हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जा रहे हैं और सच का सच और झूठ का झूठ हो जाएगा।
ठीक है, बहुत सारी चीजें आपने बोली और ये अलग अलग चीजें हैं।
शिवानी,
अगर आपको
शिवानी,
रिटर्निंग
जल्दी से
ऑफिसर
मुझे
पे प्रेशर की
clarification
बात
देना
है
है,
तो वो
please।
एक सेपरेट मैटर है। ईवीएम अनलॉक हुई है वो एक सेपरेट मैटर है। जो डेटा एंट्री ऑपरेटर है वो एक सेपरेट एंटिटी और सेपरेट केस है। और अच्छी बात है कि केस रजिस्टर हुआ है, उसके खिलाफ किसी को
अरे
उसके खिलाफ
मामला
मैं कुछ नहीं बोल
गड़बड़
रही
है।
हूँ। अगर
अरे
अनऑथोराइज्ड
शिवानी जी,
यूज हुआ
मामला
है
गड़बड़
मोबाइल फोन
है।
का, या उस कमरे में जहां मोबाइल
गड़बड़
फोन
है।
अलाउड नहीं है वहां पे मोबाइल फोन यूज हुआ है, तो सर्टनली एक्शन होना चाहिए। बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि पूरा रिजल्ट खारिज हो जाएगा। यस, वन ऑफ आवर गेस्ट इज वेटिंग, वन सेकेंड, Mr.
Shivani, this
Mr.
is
Sushil
important
Vyas is
that I
waiting. One
respond
second. Yes, Charu,
because
30 seconds I'll
everything-
give you.
Very quickly. So now, Shivani, they are all talking about a newspaper report which has been retracted by the newspaper. A clarification has been
गड़बड़
printed.
झाला।
Unfortunately, the size of the clarification is this small.
अरे
It
जो
is this small,
चारू
but
जो
I will
हार
read it
गया,
out to you. I am
उसे
requesting the
declare
camera
कर दिया
person to please
क्या
zoom in
बोल
on
के।
this.
चारू जो
Sir,
हार
एक
गया
मिनट,
उसे ही
एक
डिक्लेयर
मिनट,
कर दिया।
please. सर एक
अरे
मिनट,
भाई,
मैं आपके
अरे
बीच में
चारू
नहीं बोल
झूठ
रही
मत
हूँ।
बोलो।
अब मेरी बात
चारू
सुनो
जमता
शिवानी, आई एम
नहीं।
गोइंग टू रीड आउट द
अरे आप
क्लैरिफिकेशन। मे आई
विधानसभा में
प्लीज?
तुम्हारी धुलाई करेंगे।
तिवारी जी, सर
अरे,
ये
अरे,
actually
अरे, एक
आपके
सेकंड, एक
बीच में
सेकंड।
मैं बोली नहीं हूँ।
विधानसभा में कर देंगे।
एक मिनट, तिवारी
हाँ?
जी, मुझे
अरे
पढ़
भाई,
लेने दीजिए।
हारने के बाद जीत, अरे भाई जीत क्यों क्या सीसीटीवी
सर
क्यों
आप
नहीं दे
मुझसे
रहे?
उम्र में भी बड़े हैं,
अरे
अनुभव में भी
मैं
बड़े
उम्र
हैं,
में
आपके
नहीं
बीच
बड़ा
में
हूँ।
मैं बोली नहीं हूँ, मैं
दांतली-
कुछ पढ़ के
दांतली कर
सुनाना
दिया।
चाह रही हूँ।
गड़बड़ झाला जी, गड़बड़ झाला। मैं
Shivani,
बोल
you
रहा
need to
हूँ
put a stop to this because I am not going to indulge in rhetorics when I
Okay.
have facts.
Can I
here
just
to
come
say.
in? Can I just come in? I
And
find it
Tiwari
very.
sir,
No, this is
respectfully
exactly
asking
what
you
I
to
was
wait.
pointing out. Kishore Vyas ji, Kishore ji is so confident that they're going to do even better in Vidhan Sabha elections than they did in Lok Sabha elections, and yet they are the ones who actually raise objections on the results. So both can't go hand in hand. Both can't
Shivani,
go
the
together.
newspaper.
Charu
yes,
Pragya, very
exactly,
quickly,
but
please.
Shivani,
Sushil
the
ji is waiting.
newspaper.
चारू
I'm
गड़बड़
sorry,
झाला।
Sushil ji, I'll be quick. I
Charu
was
गड़बड़
interrupted.
झाला।
Please, there is
One
something I have to
Charu's
reply,
voice.
Tiwari ji.
Yaar,
And then I will miss the link. I have to reply, Tiwari ji.
Yes, I'm
Tiwari
coming
ji,
to you, Sushil
Tiwari
ji. I'll
ji,
give
if
you
keep
appropriate
in-
time. Don't worry,
if
we
you-
have time. Yes, Charu.
Sushil ji, I apologize. I'm trying to read the clarification which was printed by the newspaper, which supposedly
newspaper
talked
retracted
about
that on
this
the front page.
PIN, this OTP. And the retraction was very tiny, but it said that the report of Viker's skin, that the phone that unlocks the EVM on page 6, June 16, inadvertently, erroneously mentioned that the accused person used his mobile phone to generate an OTP to unlock EVMs. The error is regretted. In very vague terms, regretting that error of reporting, the newspaper has retracted that article. If you're quoting that, then please stand corrected.
Okay.
Please don't
No,
talk
I think
about
what
information
has
which
happened
has
is
been
that because of
retracted
this
by the
case,
reporters reporting it.
whether erroneous or otherwise, this report, It has
Shivani,
brought
I
the
am not a
opposition together.
representative
One second,
of the
Kishore ji, एक second
newspaper.
रुक जाइए. It has brought the opposition together to kind of, you know, reel off the
सबके बीच में
same
बोलना जरूरी
allegations
नहीं है
and
ना.
suspicions all over again. And everybody is picking up something or the other from, like I said at the start of the show, everybody is picking up some aspect or some facet of EVMs or counting or polling agent or returning officer or how votes are polled or counted. And they're, you know, combining a lot of these unrelated issues with half knowledge and, you know, with improper understanding of the system to raise these questions. But Sushil ji has been waiting for some time. What is your response to the particular case of the Northwest constituency? Because the winner from your party was only a winner by 48 votes, and that has maybe created this sensation as well.
Shivani, as Charuji said, that the false narrative which tried to be created yesterday that the phone belongs to the relative of winning candidate, that is gone now because the newspaper itself on the front page today retracted that story, saying that the phone was belonging to some officer, ENCOR officer, namely Mr. Dinesh Gaurav, against whom the FIR is filed by, not by the two other people, but by the RO herself. Number two, what Tiwariji was saying, please with the respect to Tiwariji, you must be aware, or rather if you are not aware, please get yourself familiar with the procedure, how counting takes place. You know, once the counting of EVM takes place, side by side, there was a counting for postal ballots also. There were about 3,000 postal ballots. Out of those, 111 postal ballots were rejected, not only of Kirtikar, the losing candidate, but in total, 111 postal ballots were rejected. Since the winning margin on the EVM was only one vote of the losing candidate. So there is a mandatory requirement that re-verification of postal ballot has to be there. So that was done. So that all 111 postal ballots which were rejected earlier was found properly rejected, and then accordingly the net result was 48 plus in favor of Vaikar, and that's why returning officer declared him duly elected candidate. But here there is a procedure. Once the compilation of accounting is taken place, including the postal ballot paper, there is a provision that returning officer waits for a while. If that losing, to give a chance to losing candidate to file an application for recounting. I'm asking, with respect to Tiwariji, whether your candidate filed recounting application within time. If not, then what else returning officer can do? Returning officer has to declare the result. She has declared the result and declared Vaikar being elected as MP from that constituency. Now, doing all these things. Now, please, Tiwariji, I have not interfered you. Now the only option left to them is file election petition under section 80 of Representative People Act in High Court. Now they have to wait for that. Now, they can't give all these false allegations against the returning officer, against the winning candidate, against the relatives of winning candidate. How we are wrong? Just because Tiwariji said, just because Shivsena UBT said.
Okay, let him respond. Let Kishore Tiwari respond to that. Yes, go ahead.
सुशील जी, मैं आपको बता रहा हूं कि आपकी आरओ जो इलेक्शन कमीशन के बिहाफ पे क्लियरिफिकेशन दे रही है, मुझे बताइए। अरे मुझे
इलेक्शन कमीशन नहीं तो आप गलत बोल रहे हैं ना।
अरे भाई, जिलाधिकारी तो महाराष्ट्र सरकार की,
ये बोलिए।
और
यस करेक्ट।
और उसको सीएम साहब का फोन आ रहा था बार बार।
ये किसने बोला आपको?
अब मुझे बता। अरे भाई मेरा आरोप है, इसकी इंक्वायरी हो जाए या मुझे सजा दे दी जाए। पूरा इलेक्शन मैनेज किया गया है। मैं अभी बता रहा हूं, मेरा अमोल कीर्तिकर एप्लीकेशन लिख रहे थे रिकाउंटिंग के लिए, उतनी देर में इन्होंने रिजल्ट लगा के सर्टिफिकेट भी दे दिया। वो जो आरओ है, उन्होंने सरकार के दबाव में निर्णय लिया है, और मैं कह रहा हूं आरोप को तुरंत एक्शन ली जाए। और मैं कहता हूं इलेक्शन कमीशन ने पूरे मैटर में रीलुक करके क्लियरिफिकेशन दिया जाए कि 2200 वोटों से जीता हुआ कैंडिडेट हार कैसा गया।
उनको ये अजीब सी बात है। मतलब दिस इज व्हाई आई डोंट नो वेदर टू लाफ और क्राई। ही इज सेइंग मेरा आरोप है कि सीएम का फोन आया था, अब आप जांच कर लो। अब ऐसे तो आरोपों पे जांच नहीं हो सकता ना किशोर जी। ये तो मजाक हो जाएगा पूरे सिस्टम का। कोई भी खड़े होके बोलेगा कि नहीं, इनको किसी का फोन आया है, इनको किसी का फोन आया है। आप अपनी बात कर सकते हैं कि आपको किसी का फोन आया तो बात अलग है।
कैसा आया?
नहीं, दूसरी बात आप कह रहे हैं कि 2000 से जीता हुआ व्यक्ति, उसको जीता हुआ किसी ने डिक्लेयर नहीं किया। आपने अपने आप ही पहले से उनको जीता हुआ मान लिया, तो वो आपकी गलती है, वो आपकी प्रॉब्लम है वो।
नहीं, देखो 3,000 वोट में से हमारे वोट 111 रिजेक्ट किए गए। देखिए,
नहीं, सिर्फ आपके वोट रिजेक्ट नहीं हुए ना, वो भी आपको गलत फहमी है। सिर्फ आपके वोट रिजेक्ट नहीं हुए हैं। आप तो कह रहे थे डिजिटल पोस्टल बैलेट की बात कर रहे थे आप तो। एक सेकंड,
मैं देखो, ये मैं ऐसा बता रहा हूं कि मैंने इलेक्शन कमीशन के मैनुअल में पढ़ा है कि इलेक्ट्रिक अपना डिजिटली जो वोट होते हैं उसको ओटीपी के सहारे खोला जाता है कंप्यूटर पे, वो ईवीएम का पार्ट नहीं है।
सर वो नहीं होता है, वो क्लैरिफाई हो चुका है। मैं आपकी जानकारी के लिए बता देना चाहती हूँ, बहुत डेंजरस कंस्पिरेसी थ्योरीज हैं एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली पॉलिटिकल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को क्लियर नहीं है, तो फिर जनता को कैसे क्लैरिफाई होगा? कोई ओटीपी का सिस्टम ही नहीं है ईवीएम का। आप जो आउटस्टेशन बैलेट्स की बात कर रहे हैं, वहां पे ईवीएम मशीन ले जाते हैं उन लोगों के लिए जो चल के नहीं आ सकते बूथ पे, और उनका वोट रजिस्टर किया जाता है ईवीएम में। कोई डिजिटल पोस्टल बैलेट नहीं होता, पहली बात तो। और दूसरी बात, कोई ओटीपी नहीं होता ईवीएम मशीन का। आई एम रनिंग आउट ऑफ टाइम, आई विल गिव ऑल आवर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स 30 seconds. Yes, Sushil Vyas.
See, as Charuji said, this EVM can't be hacked. And after the election, after the hearing of Supreme Court in the month of April, we were of the opinion that no issues will be raised again. But unfortunately, they have again raised this issue about the EVM. Let me assure the Tiwariji and the all other panelists that the EVM machines are manufactured by ECIL and HEL. Both are public sector enterprises. Now, no hacking can be done, and the programming are done at the level of manufacturing. At the time of manufacturing, nobody knows which machine goes to which constituency for which candidate. So please don't make these false allegations and false stories and narratives that this is done at the
okay. Can I take my central question then to Pooja once again? Pooja, once again, this is a problem for the opposition. If they want to be taken seriously, they've got to stop with these conspiracy theories. They sound absolutely ridiculous. Secondly, it raises the question of why the opposition is doing this, despite the fact that at the state election level, opposition is winning elections, despite the fact that in the recent general elections, you've done better than anybody gave you a chance. So why? What is the hidden motive in wanting to go back to ballot papers?
Shivani, it's not about a big opposition taken seriously. The people of India have given us a mandate that we are being taken seriously, and not letting BJP reach a simple majority. There's a proper evidence that we are being taken seriously. Again, I'm repeating, it's not a matter of winning or losing. It's a matter of the transparency of the process. It's the matter of robustness of process. If you take 11 days were not even being taken when ballot papers were being used for the election process. If you take 11 days and 1.06 crore voters are added, this actually raises a big question on the whole electoral process. And again, it's not a matter of if you want to correct the mechanism, if you want to correct the process, correct in Karnataka, correct in Telangana, correct in Himachal, and correct in the complete India. But please come out and ensure the Republic of India, ensure the people of India that this process is foolproof.
Okay.
That you have to believe in the democratic setup. When there are 11 days, 1.6, even in UP, there are 48 lakh. Whenever the election commission came out with a data of number of votes and counted, there was this 0.00%, 6%, 7% discrepancy. Now it's 48 lakh votes in the state of UP alone.
Yeah,
so
but now the provisional data is being actually used as some sort of a final data to compare it with votes counted. Earlier, we never encountered this problem. We know exactly the number of votes that were polled, for example, in 2019. That number was arrived at after a certain time elapsed, after a certain amount of process was done. It wasn't given in 2 days of a round ending. In any case, Charu, 30 seconds only. I have 30 seconds.
Yes. Thank you. I'll be very quick. Now, let's put some things into perspective. The entire Vaikar case has been debunked because a retraction has been printed by midday. More importantly, the returning officer has actually served a notice on midday for that story, because the story was this big headline and the retraction was a tiny little 30-word retraction, not even a fair apology. Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing is the case that the other spokesperson is talking about right now is pending in the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is talking about it. It is not that it's not being heard. And again, the Election Commission has given an explanation. You cannot be judge, jury and executioner every single time. When you win seats, you have no complaints. When you lose, you have complaints. And now I don't know why Rahul Gandhi goes complaining to Elon Musk. I don't know why Elon Musk has anything to do with the Indian election. It's like, Congress going to Pakistan and asking for support from the people of Pakistan to win this particular
Shivani,
election. That's how they
give me
function.
30
That's how
seconds.
their thinking and the mindset
Shivani,
is
give me 30
misconstrued.
Okay, sir, I don't have 30 seconds. I'll give you 10
Sir, and you have not...
Kishorji, yes, 10 seconds.
Why Sushil Vyas and Charu is educating the election commission? It is our fair demand that all VVPAT votes should be counted and government should
Sir, counting VVPAT is as good as going back to paper ballot. It's as good as going back to paper ballot. Every single VVPAT, if you sit down to count it, why don't you just go back into riding bullock carts instead of cars?
While the final word has not been said on VVPATs, the opposition must also understand that just before these general elections were conducted, the Supreme Court heard a bunch of petitions. It has rejected 100% VVPAT demand and accounting of 100% VVPATs. So you've got to move on from that. Maybe the situation will change later. We'll come to a conclusion. But that needs to be done without making wild allegations on EVMs and otherwise. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. Time for a very short break. On the other side, we'll get you the big debate erupting